Hello, everybody. I am here once again with Fuego Del Sol.
How you doing, AJ?
Good. How about you? It's nice to finally see you in person.
Yeah, I think it was a blast here in Missouri today, and I'm excited. I had a really fun match, and now I get to do the AJ Awesome Show live and in person.
What was the moment you knew you wanted to be a wrestler?
Oh man, that's a fun question because I started backyard wrestling on my trampoline when I was about 14 years old. YouTube started getting really popular, and so I started uploading my trampoline wrestling videos to YouTube. And slowly but surely, I don't know, through marketing, I don't know if I just knew how to work the interwebs well, and I knew how to put on at least a good trampoline wrestling match, that we started picking up traction. And I started realizing around 17 years old, we got offered ad revenue from YouTube. And I was like, man, if I can make money backyard wrestling, I should try to pursue this professionally. I've always loved wrestling, but I never thought of it as a career until I kind of clicked with me in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm good enough to make money doing it on a trampoline. Let's do it in the ring.
My question is, did you ever do tornado DDTs on the trampoline?
It's so funny. I recently put up a TikTok. Everyone go follow me on TikTok, where I explained that I used to call myself the master of the DDT on my backyard days. But when I become a professional wrestler, I never called myself that until AEW. I was backstage with Cody, and we did a video, a bit on Sammy Guevare's vlog, and he looked up an old Wikipedia page and saw that the Tornado DDT was one of my signature moves. And so he just randomly called me the master of the Tornado DDT, and we played with it for weeks and weeks, and it kind of stuck, and everyone wanted to see me hit it. And now I've officially mastered it, and I am the master of the Tornado DDT.
Also, how did you come up with your name, Fuego Del Sol?
So originally I was going to start a tag team, and we were going to be Fire and Ice. And so we looked up the translations, and my trainer's like, if you want to learn the Lucha Libre style, you got to go to Mexico, right? So we go to Mexico. I start training in Monterrey with a bunch of my friends, and Fuego was going to be the name. Fire was going to be the name. But they kept saying that I had this like glowing smile, like the sunshine smile. So we added Del Sol to the end. So Fuego Del Sol, Fire of the Sun, because I got this glowing smile. I got so much fire and energy, and Fuego Del Sol was born.
What is your favorite place to wrestle?
Anywhere there's a large crowd, man. I just love wrestling. I wasn't expecting tonight to be so fun here in Missouri. Never been to this town, and it was a blast. I just love the opportunity to get out in front of a big crowd. And so there's great crowds in Chicago, great crowds in New York, great crowds in LA that I recently got to wrestle from. My hometown is always special, but I mean, it's a cop-out answer because I like to say anywhere there's a big crowd, I want to be wrestling.
It's a safe answer, too. You can't make anyone mad.
You're right. Every town. I love all towns.
If you had to pick another job in wrestling besides wrestling, what would you pick?
I think that's a fun question because I believe in wrestling I'm going to do it all. I'm going to manage people. I'm going to commentate. I'm going to be a trainer. I want to train wrestlers eventually. I can see myself doing all facets of wrestling. If, God forbid, I ever get seriously injured and can't wrestle anymore, I could transition to being a referee. I just love being around the sport and the energy of professional wrestling. So I definitely see myself doing any and everything. The more I get to be around it, the better.
Another question I have is, can you hit me with the Tornado DDT?
Ooh, see, my boss, Tony Khan, might be a little upset at me if I do it right now. But if you keep getting older, which I see you do, every time I see you, you grow a few more inches. When you turn 18, we get you in the ring. I don't know if you'll be ready for my Tornado DDT, AJ.
I don't know. You might not be able to perform the DDT anywhere because there's a tornado-safe room.
Look at this guy, huh? A familiar and aware of his surroundings. This guy's got it. He's got it real young.
Can you tell me the story of how you got signed to AEW?
Oh, my God. It's going to be hard to sum it all up, but I can tell you, I, just like a lot of wrestlers during the pandemic, AEW was bringing in young independent wrestlers that weren't signed, and I got to wrestle a few times. I started picking up traction backstage, caught the eyes of the likes of QT Marshall, Sammy Guevara, Cody Rhodes, and they kept vying for me to come back. And also all I was vying for was one more match and one more match. And each week I would come back to Jacksonville. And I thought after Jacksonville was over that my run with AEW was going to be over. But the fans wanted it. The people wanted it. They kept chanting Fuego Del Sol. And luckily, Cody Rhodes, Sammy, they say, you got to come on the road for a few weeks with us. You have to come on the road. So I come on the road. We do Miami. We do Texas. I wrestled a bunch in Texas coming up. So the fans there were rocking. Chris Jericho took notice. He saw the fans really liked me. And I think he went and told Tony Khan, like, hey, Fuego's got something here. And I think they came up with this plan to put me in the match with Miro in Pittsburgh on the debut episode of AEW Rampage. And I had no clue. I knew I was wrestling Miro, and if I won, I got a contract. But I thought when I lost that match that it was over. I thought the run was great, and it was an awesome time, but it was done. And I remember we came back from commercial break, and I got up, and I'm trying to look tough after Miro beat me up real bad. And I was expecting to get a good applause from the crowd and walk to the back. Yet Sammy Guevara's music hit, one of my best friends. He comes back, and as people have seen, he handed me the contract, and he said those famous words, Fuego Del Sol is all elite. And I still get overwhelmed with emotion thinking about it. I get goosebumps thinking about it. Man, it was the culmination of an 8-year career. It was the culmination of all my hard work and dedication. And it just goes to show when the crowd wants something, when someone works hard enough and puts their whole heart into something, anything can happen. And now I'm signed to AEW.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of advice from people saying to just show up and show up and show up, and that'll help you a lot, and it helped you very much get a contract.
You're right. I tell people that all the time. You gotta make your face be shown. If you're out of sight, you're out of mind. And not only just showing up, but having a good attitude, wanting to help out wherever you can, trying to get better. People like to see that energy. They see that good attitude, and it's infectious. And as long as you have that, you can take yourself anywhere in life.
If there was a movie about your life, who would play you except for you?
Ooh, that's a good question. Who would play me? I'm trying to think of someone that could pull off all the stunts and craziness. Whose characteristics are similar to mine that could, I'm very charismatic. I make people laugh. So it's got to be someone a little funny, I don't know, Steve Harvey. Who do you think would be a good Fuego del Sol?
I think a good Fuego del Sol.
Ooh, maybe Tom Holland, the one that plays Spider-Man. I think he would be a great Fuego del Sol.
He is athletic and funny.
Absolutely, I agree. Tom Holland. Let's strike something up. Let's make a deal.
You might be more jacked than him, though.
Ooh, talk about it. Say something else nice. I've been in the gym hard, trying to work out real hard, so I appreciate that.
What is the routine or ritual that you do to get ready for a match?
Ooh, that's a good question, too. I try to about 30 minutes to an hour before the match. I'll want to make sure I'm fully dressed. I'll drink plenty of water and just trying to look jacked on the way out. So I'm doing push-ups, stretching a lot. And then right before I go out, I get on a knee, I say a quick prayer, I jump up in the air multiple times, like I do some high jumps, and then I like do some hip swivels, and I just put myself up. I say words of encouragement. You got this. You're great. When you step through this curtain, no one's better than you. You're the man, right? When that red light is on, you're the best in the world. And I try to, positive reinforcement to get myself jacked up and ready to go out.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying that you need to be cool under the lights, and I'm sure drinking lots of cold water helps with that.
Oh, yeah. You want to stay hydrated and want to focus on your breathing. Sir William Regal, Mr. Regal, he preaches to me. Make sure you're focused on your breathing. Cardio is everything. So trying to stay calm, cool, and collected, but also focused.
What is your favorite type of music?
Ooh, again, this is a cop-out answer. I love all genres of music. I was actually riding up here to this Missouri show with Marco Stunt, and we were playing all different types. I guess if I have a go-to, I love pop, I love hip-hop and rap, and then I enjoy country too. My gym playlist is mostly rap and hip-hop, but I I can sing Queen. We can do it all. We can go. I can do Backstreet Boys. I love everything. So, you know.
Guess who's back?
Backstreet's back. All right.
If you could pick anybody in the world, who would be your tag team partner?
Oh my God, that's a good question. I have a best friend that is a pro wrestler now, but he was also a trampoline wrestler with me. His name was AK-47, and he's one of my best friends, and he's actually related to me. So he would definitely be up there. I mean, me and Sammy Guevara's team once on AEW, we wrestled Luther and Serpentico. It was a very fun match. I would love to team up with Sammy again. I would love to team up with Griff Garrison, another really good friend of mine. And here's a wild one. I've always thought about this tag team. What if me and the Murder Hawk Monster Lance Archer teamed up together? He could throw me around. I could do a bunch of crazy stuff. I think it would be a fun tag team, a fun dynamic. What do you think?
I'm thinking of those people from the Bible.
David and Goliath.
Yeah, it would be David and Goliath teaming up.
I like that. That's a tag team name. Maybe we do that. Fuego and Goliath. Maybe we do something like that.
Speaking of you being in a tag team, whatever happened to Fuego 2?
Ah, man. R.I.P. to Fuego 2. See, he went missing. We didn't know what happened. You know, a lot of people wanted to point out it was around the same time Cody Rhodes left AEW. I don't think those two things are related whatsoever at all, and I don't know why people like to bring it up. I miss Cody too. However, my son of Fuego, Fuego 2, went missing, and now I believe he is presumed dead. You know, if he's out there, please come home, son. I miss you. You know, the family misses you. We need you back. But if he's no longer with us, R.I.P., I'm sure there'll be many more Fuegos along the way.
Yeah, it must be a disaster to have your son missing that, just like that.
Breaks my heart.
One day you were a tag team and the next day he was gone.
You know, I'm going to shed a tear. AJ, let's change the subject. Ask the next question.
What changes would you like to see in the wrestling world?
I mean, I have personal goals, but I feel like, you know, I would love to see a Ring of Honor television show come about. If we can get a Ring of Honor television show, I feel like that'll open up the door for a lot more guys to have a lot more opportunities to show what we have. The AEW roster is stacked right now. We have so many great guys, and guys are chomping at the bit for any bit of TV time and match time they can get. And for us to develop and go forward, I can't wait to see what the next year holds for AEW and Ring of Honor together, because I think it's going to help shape wrestling in a different way, and we're going to get to see a lot more stories.
Yeah, having a Ring of Honor television show, even with the 3 hours that AEW already has, it'll open up so much more time for people to show their moves, wrestle more matches, get more TV time, like you were saying, because a lot of people don't have TV time in AEW right now.
I mean, like I said, man, I think it's a credit to the roster that we have developed. Incredible guys, veteran guys that's been doing this for nearly 30 years. When you look at a guy like Chris Jericho, all these guys chomping at the bit, the talent is so good. And I feel like that's a good problem to have. I'd rather have too much good talent than not enough. But I'm excited to see what my future holds, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for the company going forward.
That's the end. Thank you for the interview.
Hey. Thank you. Let me do this. Let's do this. Give me a little tornado one time. Let me see you twist that finger in the air. Tornado. Keep doing your thing. You're awesome.